I belong to the Identity and Psychologies research group, which comprises about half a dozen people with slightly differing interests. We don't all do the same thing, but what our key interest is in how people's identities are represented, and that includes how they're represented in interactions with other people, how the context and the environment in which people are behaving, acting, thinking affects how they might appear to themselves and to other people.
When we think about identity, we typically tend to think about it as quite a neatly well-organised kind of way that we have of understanding ourselves. But I approach identity very much in a kind of a multiple layered understanding of identity. So, for example, we all have our kind of identities of professional identity, our cultural, ethnic identity, our gendered identity, and so on and so forth.
So the things that I've looked at in particular in the past over a long period of time have been to do with women's experience of their pregnancy and the impact that that has on their lives and their own personal experience. More recently, my own interest has extended beyond pregnancy to people's ageing experience and how they feel as they get older, but also particularly the things that people do that impact on how they feel.
As a qualitative discursive analyst, I'm not doing experimental work or lab-based work, but I'm interested in the way that discourse operates as social practices out there in the world. So I'm interested in examining aspects of discourse as they actually operate out in society. So for example, in researching terrorism, I've looked at a whole range of ways that we talk about terrorism. So terrorism in the media, how we talk about it in science, and how we talk about it just in everyday lay conversations.
We're also particularly interested in how people change. So Rachel and Ava, for example, are particularly interested in the concept of emerging adulthood. How do people change during adolescence and young adulthood, and what distinguishes them as an adult from being a teenager? The relevance for students is that they see people talking about actually people's behaviour day to day, as well as the kind of processing aspects of it behind the scenes, as it were.